Hello, everyone. Dan Lucas here from Credo. And today, in our 50 States in 50 Days series, I'm going to be talking about the state of Missouri. Missouri was admitted to the Union on August 10th, 1821. And they've got some good tax credits. They have some, they're very intentional, and you can tell that they've been legislated very deliberately. They don't have a long list of credits. Sometimes states have a long list of credits. They're kind of small, and you can tell some of them are outdated. So it looks like they've just been very intentional about keeping it simple, keeping the number to what it needs to be to serve a purpose. And I give them props. And their website's good too, and they've got a lot of good summaries of the credits and whatnot. So, all right, let's just dig in. So the most well, there's a program called the Missouri Works Training, and that's the number one tool that they use for incentives, for business incentives in Missouri. And there is 116 million tax credits that is earmarked for this. That's a lot. And I'm assuming they go through that every year, which means a lot of people know about it. And so it's probably pretty common knowledge with most owners, business owners. Anyway, you have to file paperwork in advance, and you can't just think that you qualify for the credit yourself and then apply for it later or apply to your tax return. You have to actually apply for it in advance. I don't think it's overly arduous, but you just got to make sure you do this in a specific order. So it has to do with facility expansions, creating jobs. So if you're creating jobs, expanding facilities, et cetera, buying equipment, things like that of that nature, you're going to want to check this out. Anything in that area, you're going to want to check out the area of Missouri Works Training. All right. The next one is the Work Opportunity Tax Credit. So more job type stuff. And you can earn actually up to $9,600 in your tax credits or in business tax credits for each worker that is in the Work Opportunity Tax Credit program. There's no limit on the number of hires you can qualify for this. And you can't claim it on previous people, like people you've hired, in the past. You have to get that. You have to get this. You have to register in advance, so you have to, notify them that you're going to do it, and then hire the person after. So you just have to be a little careful in the steps you take to do this, and you can't go back and do it for people that you've already hired. Okay. So you have to just basically go to the website or go to the Missouri website and basically put in your information, and then you can do the hiring, and then you can get the credit. But $9,600 per person—that's a big number, and there's no limit on that. So that's pretty fantastic. Let's see, and they've got and they also have an application system that's online, and it's kind of simple, actually. So that's definitely one that you want to get. It's generous, not difficult to get. Just make sure you do it in advance, okay, before you hire. Let's see. There's an on-the-job training credit, and that is related to. Well, it's actually more of an incentive, and when you're giving your employees job training, on-the-job training. A lot of states have credits for this type of thing. This is not unusual, but you actually get reimbursed for up to 50% of the wages of the workers that you hired for this program, up to 1,040 hours. That's unheard of. I've never even seen something like that before. So that's amazing. So if you should be training your people anyway. So now you can do it, and you can use the state's money to pay for half of it. That's unbelievable. So anyway, that's something you definitely look at if you are training people, or if you want to train people, you might want to kind of get a little budget together and see what the cost is, and then look at, hey, what's the cost when we take the 50% off? And now you're maybe making a different decision, saying that was very expensive before, but now it's not. Now I'm going to do it. So that's a huge win. Let's see. There's also a Show Me Heroes on the job training, which you get some extra tax credit for, and that has to do with people from the military service. They've in the education area, it's basically you have the on the job training like the normal credit, and the normal incentive, and then the Show Me the Heroes is particular to certain types of people that you're training. So you want to definitely check that to make sure that you don't deserve some of that bonus amount. But anytime you're doing on-job training, again, you need to be looking at these credits. There is something called the Youth Opportunities Program, and it's very generous, and it's through the Missouri Department of Economic Development. It is a tax credit, not an incentive, and it offers 50% tax credits for monetary contributions and wages paid to youth in an approved internship, apprenticeship, or employment project. So again, if you've seen any of my other videos, you know I love apprenticeship programs. I think it's so cool, and I wish we'd get more into it, and I'm glad that the states are incentivizing it. But you look at it, you're hiring on new people, and you have to have it approved in advance, because I believe what they don't want is you hire, say you're going to apprentice someone and not really do it, because the purpose of it is to help people get into the workforce and get into the company and get proper training and proper mentoring, which is kind of a duh at this point, or in general. And it used to happen all the time naturally. Apprenticeship was common, and a lot of times it was between father-son or mother-daughter, and it was kind of a lost art. And so I like to see that they're incentivizing it. I like to see that trend is coming back. And so it's a great credit. 50% tax credits. Wow, I mean, that's amazing. And there's 30% tax credits for property or equipment contributions used specifically for the project. So if you hire people under an internship program, apprenticeship program, it can be an employment kind of arrangement, but you just have to qualify as far as the qualifying for the youth part of it. And if you have to buy equipment or any materials or anything like that that's related to their work, you get another 30% tax credit. That's a huge number for that. So that's really neat. I would definitely look into that, and you might make some different hires next time based on this. I mean, that's a lot of money, and that's just huge relief on the expenses. And you never know what might come out of that program. I mean, you get more training and mentoring and managing employees and developing a relationship with employees, and you probably will build a lot of loyalty with some of these people. So I think there's a win all the way around here, not just the tax credit part. So again, I was saying that they have a few credits, not a long list, but the ones they do are very intentional. So if you're in Missouri and you are hiring people, if you're expanding your business, buying equipment, things like that, you're probably looking at some credits. So you're going to want to look into a lot of these. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. We'll answer them best we can, or someone on my team will. We'll look up details on the things I talk about in these videos or this video upon request. But yeah, if you know anything about these and then you want to add to it, or something you think that should be added to it that people should know, or if you've had experience with this, like direct experience with this credits, let us know what your experience was like. I'd love to hear. And if there was anything that you think I missed that I need to add, or something that maybe I said that was too general and needs to be maybe corrected or clarified, please let me know. I mean, the whole purpose of this is to get in front of people and get people these tax credits that they're entitled to. They just don't know about. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and have a great rest of the day or evening.